The purpose of this presentation is to brief all persons conducting business or working on site as to the safe working procedures and other safety procedures that have to be adopted at all times. AECI attaches the greatest importance to the prevention of any form of loss or damage to the environment and in particular to the health and safety of its employees. Naturally, this also applies to all visitors to the complex. Welcome to AECI's operations at Umbogintwini's industrial complex. The Umbogintwini Industrial Association has a duty to provide you, the visitor, with a safe environment for the duration of your stay, however long that might be. Whether you are a representative for your company and intend only being on site for an hour or two, or you are a contractor, or you are an employee who may be working here for some time to come. This video has been prepared not only to tell you what steps AECI has taken to protect your health and safety, but also to tell you how we expect you to conduct yourself during your stay. Before entering the complex, you must have made an appointment with the company authorized individual with whom you will be conducting your business, or have other business such as deliveries. Naturally, you will be required to produce positive identification in the form of an ID book or a driver's license. Once you have been issued with an entry permit, you must proceed directly to your destination. Prior to departure from the complex, please remember to get your entry permit signed by your host and then proceed directly to the exit. Please note that a maximum speed limit of 60 km per hour applies throughout the complex, although in certain appropriately signposted areas, the speed limit is lower. In addition, all traffic signs must be obeyed. It is particularly important to be wary of heavy vehicles and rail traffic. Once you have reached your destination, report to the receptionist who will facilitate your appointment. If you're working on site, there are a number of things you need to be aware of. Most engineering work can only be carried out under the cover of a clearance certificate, and you must be trained in the use of the clearance procedures. Before being issued with a clearance certificate, you will be inducted into the applicable safety procedures for the area concerned. The clearance certificate itself will stipulate the precautions which must be taken and the personal protective equipment that must be worn at all times. This equipment must be worn by you and your workers in compliance with the Occupational Health and Safety Act to protect your health and safety. In a similar vein, no excavation work may be carried out on site without an excavation permit, which is issued by the drawing office. These permits show the location of the underground services such as water pipes and electrical cables. They are linked to a clearance certificate which details the safety precautions to be taken. If during your visit a potentially dangerous situation should arise, such as a major gas leak, then the Site Emergency Procedure, or EMPRO, will be initiated. This is initiated by a 5-minute undulating sounding of the emergency siren. You can hear on this presentation. You must then proceed to a gas room and await instructions. The symbolic sign, a white G on a green background, would indicate the availability of a gas room. You should become familiar with the G rooms situated in the area you intend to visit or work in. A steady drone sounding for a period of 1 minute would indicate the situation has returned to normal. The alarm is tested every Tuesday at 10. Sounds for 30 seconds, no action required. Further information will be supplied by the company concerned during your visit or prior to starting the contract. The complex is a declared national key point and is protected by trained security personnel. The security personnel issues the visitors daily permits and checks vehicles both entering and leaving the complex. In this respect, no firearms or any form of offensive weapons, alcoholic drinks, or drugs may be taken onto the complex. These must be handed in at the gate, where it will be locked into a safe and you will get a receipt and a key. Cameras are not allowed in the complex. The lighting of fires is prohibited. No goods or items will be allowed to leave the complex without a goods exit permit issued by an authorized official. Conservation and protection of the environment is given high priority at this site. Litter must be disposed of in the appropriate bins, and liquids must not be poured down the drains. Your site host will tell you how to dispose of any waste materials you may generate. One common source of litter is materials blowing off trucks, and consequently all loads must be effectively secured. This applies to all scrap material you may have to remove from the complex. The complex is proud of its conservation status, and it is very important that vegetation and wildlife is not interfered with. The complex conservation areas such as Umbogavango, Vumbuka and Mamba Valley is home to an array of both flora and fauna, the likes such as duiker, Cape clawless otters, snakes, bees and vervet monkeys. Equally important is our relationship with our surrounding communities. Noise levels must be kept low and care must be taken not to cause any other nuisance to our neighbours. The management of AECI and its subsidiary companies wish you a productive, healthy and safe visit to the Umbogintwini Industrial Complex.